Cascade Hoops Talk, this is Billy D. Hey, I got Danny Miles here, longtime basketball coach at Oregon Tech, still keeps his fingers in the mush with student athletes and NAI basketball, and really you have a real passion for the student athlete, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's been my life. I got to coach 45 years here at Oregon Tech, and then since then, even during that time, I got to coach overseas for 13 summers in France and several other countries, and work with a lot of kids. And now in my value point system, I think there's well over 800 teams that use the Oregon Tech. My value point system, and then I try to do some of their stats for them, send to them after ball games, and let them know. And they kind of want to know how it works. A lot of times in our value point system, people will buy it, but they don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important that they understand how best to use it.
Yeah. So today, or the other day, you came up to me right after some of this gambling stuff came out, allowing college kids to gamble on games and such. And you were pretty upset, or not upset, but you were concerned. And you said, Bill, I'd like to come on and maybe talk about it. Just talk in general. When you heard that, what were some of the thoughts that went through your mind?
Well, the thing is, the NIL now is a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids some of them are getting $1 million a year to play college basketball. Yep. And my big concern is these kids some of them are 17, 18, 19 years old and got a pot full of money for the first time. And they say basically 18 to 24-year-olds, I know when I was 18 to younger years, we make some decisions that aren't real good sometimes. And I just think the gambling thing is getting out of hand. And I think prop bets are just very worrisome. I think if you tried to throw a game, there's too many people involved, and it's easily.
What do you mean by prop bets?
Well, prop bets are bets like you hear about it all the time. Over or under.
Oh, okay.
Over or under 10 points. In other words, John Smith. If he gets over 10, you win the bet. If he gets under 10, and to me, it's you look at a lot of kids. Maybe you're 3 roommates and. Guy thinks, well, heck, if I only get 6 rebounds tonight, maybe I can help my buddies get a couple $100. And, that's scary. And I think it's sad that college basketball is using prop bets, and it's tough enough as it is anyway. Yeah. And now in the professional, there's guys that make all kinds of money. They're getting caught up in this stuff. And saw in baseball the other day, guys were betting on number of pitches in a ball game. Well, it's just something that you just don't want to see happen, and I hate the prop bets in college basketball.
I know a number of years ago, as a young guy, maybe even a little bit before I was born, that college basketball got in real trouble with some gambling, really hurt the game, some point shaving.
Yeah,
it's happened now the NBA is going through a big issue with the gambling accusations. It's not uncommon for these major sports to have problems with it. I think in your mind, you just feel like maybe they're inviting some problems.
Well, that's why I think college basketball, and now they have a new rule where college kids can bet on the pro games, and
that just passed.
Students and stuff, and the access now to betting is so easy for anybody, young kids to be betting, but I think the prop bet thing is really scary.
Yeah. I know that you and I were talking, we were just sitting here talking a few minutes ago. I know there's a couple other things you'd like to maybe look at in college basketball.
Well, one of the things in college basketball, it's been, or the sport of basketball, if you're a grandparent or a parent, you go to watch your kid play, you get some foul trouble. It's the only sport that really your kids don't play sometimes because they get in foul trouble. And I thought it would be kind of nice to have a team foul. Each team has a team foul. That way you can use it at any time at the end of the game or whenever you want to. So that kid that gets 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game doesn't have to sit out 15 minutes the first half. And so he can get the 5 fouls. If he fouls out, he's got 1 team foul to use. And I think it would really help college basketball or any kind of basketball. And it doesn't affect the stats or anything teams have done before. And the other thing, I always thought, the 3-point play helps the offense and all this kind of stuff. But I think all jump ball situations I like to see go to the defensive team, and that way you don't have to have a person on the clock keeping
Who gets it next?
who gets it next and stuff. And that saves you that thing to have to handle it in a ball game, and but it helps the defense. You know,
Rewards the defense.
Rewards the defense, and I think it's something that could be looked at. And as far as you'd only have one jump ball per game, unless you go into overtime, and unless the jump ball is right on the the 47-foot mark at half, and that's going to happen about once a year, if that. So I think that cleans it up a little bit, and maybe gives a little bit of an edge to the defense in certain situations.
Yeah. So to kind of recap, you really would like to see college basketball as a whole step back and just take a longer look at this gambling. Think of some of the repercussions, especially as you said, some of these prop bets. You'd love to see a change where there's a team foul for each team to try to avoid some of this where somebody gets eliminated early and they can't play. And then third, to just reward the defense with jump balls. I think those are the three things that you talked about.
It's just
really like
something
to see.
I've thought about over the years. And I've talked to a lot of other coaches, especially the thing as a parent, as a whatever, going to watch your kid play and they don't get to play. And like I said, it's the only sport I think that happens to. Mm-hmm. So and it'd be very easy to put that in. Yeah.
So I know you have your 98 team here being recognized. They were runner-ups to Bethel in 1998, obviously. You're going to have a busy weekend. Going to be a great tournament upstairs. We got Our Lady of the Lake and Hope International along with Southern Oregon and Oregon Tech. I think it's one of the better Lithias we've had.
Yeah, it's great. It's so much fun. I like to sit on the floor. I sit at the end and get to watch all the stuff underneath. And for some reason, when you sit higher up in the stand, you don't get the same feel. But I really enjoy watching, especially this level of basketball. Sometimes watching Division I, they have they have a minute and three-quarter TV timeouts and stuff. It seems like they're on the bench all the time. But NAIA basketball is great, and so is major college basketball. But it's I think NAIA is really a lot of fun because it's got more rhythm to the game.
And you can be right on top of the game,
right,
as you say. That's what I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Dan, I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes. If you ever want a platform to come on here and talk about these things, just let me know and we'll get you on. I really appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
Well, I thank you for what you're doing for NAIA basketball. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Danny. That's Danny Miles.